I was going to say that, innovative, inspirational, thought-provoking doesn't necessarily mean screens and guitars and, the things that some of us, I work in a very traditional church, might sort of fear that it means. Those words mean, engaged with how the people of the congregation encounter God and see God in each other and want to bring their prayer life to bear on their life. And so
it's rooted in discernment. It's rooted in listening to one another prayerfully about what it is that feeds our souls. And every congregation has at least one cultural milieu in which it thrives. Maybe many. Sometimes our services within, if we have more than one service, have very different cultures. But we need to be authentic about who we're called to be. The question is, are we open to the possibility that what we are doing could be refreshed? Are we listening with one another to God blowing through us as the Spirit moves? So the reality is, the risk is that if we are not, we have a self-fulfilling prophecy. Edwards Deming was one of the 20th century innovators in corporate realignment, corporate restructuring, thinking about how do we do business more effectively and more efficiently for a new world. He said a wonderful, simple line: your system is perfectly designed to give you the results you're getting. So we can only complain and whine and be disappointed so long about people not joining us, not coming in, not being enthusiastic about what we're doing, not giving enough money, whatever the knots are, before we have to look at ourselves and say, what is it about our system that needs to be thoughtfully, prayerfully tweaked in order to honor God, but perhaps meet the needs of the spiritual lives of men, women, and young people around us, in order to truly thrive and truly create a new change. The good news is that it's not as hard as we think it is. There's a book that's out quite recently. Some of you may have seen it. Some of you may have read it, by Lillian Daniel. She's a UCC pastor. It's called When Spiritual But Not Religious Is Not Enough: Seeing God in Surprising Places, Even the Church. What she talks about in this very readable, very sort of popular style reflection is that she keeps being surprised that people actually do want to go to church. They actually do kind of still think that religious organizations have something to offer. But they get in there and then they get disappointed because we don't hear their spiritual seeking the way they are offering it. It doesn't look and sound and walk the way we do. So they feel alienated. So she has wonderful stories about men and women and young people finding their way to God through the church, despite us. But then our opportunity to enrich their relationship with them so that they, in fact, go deeper in their faith journey. So this whole spiritual but religious thing, we can talk about it all day long. They are not dichotomous alternatives. All of us have capacities for spirituality. And the scientists increasingly believe that our brain, our neural structures of our mind have capacity for religious understanding and for religious meaning making. So don't be threatened by the language, but be open to the possibility that people can come to know God through a number of different doors. And think about how our congregations, our campus ministries, whatever it is, our jail ministry, how that's reaching people in predictable and unpredictable